guys, and welcome to Besterday, where nostalgia reigns supreme. I'm Bianca, and I am the ultimate 90s baby. And this week we have a very, very special guest. Dun dun dun.
I'm Jessie Morris, and I'm also a 90s baby.
Yay.
I've been loving the 90s since forever. I still own a Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64, and I also been writing about music since 2011.
Nice. Yeah, I actually met Jessie. I think we met on Twitter first.
Probably.
Yeah, and then we just talk about music all the time.
Yep.
I finally met you in person, and now you're here. We are on the couch hanging out.
Yes.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. All right, guys, so Besterday is a podcast where we reminisce on all the songs that had your heart, the movies that made you laugh, and everything pop culture from the 80s to the early aughts. So think like, Pikachu and
all that.
My Little Pony. Is My Little Pony like 90s?
I think so.
Yeah.
I was more of like a Power Ranger, Super, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure. Like I was kind of like a boy when it came to stuff.
I was a girly girl when I was younger. Now I'm dressed in like all black, like a little boy. But when I was younger, I was like super girly. So before we get started, make sure to hashtag Besterday on Twitter and Instagram and wherever you feel. And also send us suggestions, give us some gold stars on iTunes, and follow myself, Bianca and Rogue on Twitter. And what's your Twitter, Jessie?
At Jessie L. Morris.
Cool. All right, guys, let's get this started. All right, so this week in history, on February 6, 1945, Bob Marley was born. And if he was still alive, he would have been 70.
Wow.
Yeah, 72, excuse me. But yeah, I can't believe, like, I grew up listening to Bob Marley because you guys know I'm Jamaican. So, like, that was
huge
like,
influence,
my idol. Yeah. And the following day, February 7th, 1964, the Beatles came to America for the first time. Can you
so
believe
crazy.
It?
Yeah. I saw Rolling Stone Instagram the picture of them getting off the Pan Am flight, and it's
such like an iconic moment in history.
Like if I could time travel, I'd want to go back to that day probably.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like freak out with all those girls.
Yeah.
Beatlemania. And then lastly, on February 11th, 1990, Nelson Mandela was released from prison after 27 years.
Crazy.
I know. Actually, when I went to South Africa in 2011, I want to say, we went to the prisons.
I think I was there in 2011.
Really?
Maybe 2010. It was 2020. I went there to volunteer, and I went to the prison cells. Yeah.
It was probably one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was amazing. All right, guys, we're going to bring it back to some more refreshing news that are happening right now. So if you guys didn't miss, you missed the Super Bowl, I had to watch it because I had to work for Fuse, but because I don't, like, care about football.
I mean, the Giants weren't playing, so I wasn't,
Guys, sorry, not sorry. Your girl is not a sports person. But I was excited because the Stranger Things Season 2 teaser finally arrived, and they've been, like, hyping this up forever, and they finally dropped the teaser. Do you watch Stranger Things?
Obsessed. I watched season 1 in like a day.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't stop watching.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't watch it at first because I was like, everyone's hyping this up. Like, I don't know, like, what's the big deal about it. Then, like, from the first episode, I was like, holy shit.
So hooked, yeah.
This is so good. Yeah, guys, so the teaser, it's not really saying what's going to happen for the plot lines, but there's, like, clips of, like, Lego My Ego. Like, shout out to 11 because I love Eggos as well. And like there's Finn, Dustin, and Lucas like rocking the Ghostbusters.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I saw on Instagram. Yeah. It's just already going to be so epic. I have a feeling.
Yeah, and like only thing is we have to wait until Halloween. I'm like, I can't deal with that. That's too stressful.
It's better than waiting. Atlanta's delayed now until like 2018.
Yeah.
So that's rough. He's a busy year though. So. Yeah. I get it, but
guys, you're killing me. I can't wait until Halloween. But guys, hashtag Besterday. Let us know what costume would you wear for like the premiere party when it comes on Halloween. Let us know. Do you have an idea of what you would wear?
I would probably wrap my dog in the lights, like the lights that they hang on the wall, and like cute. With the little letters. Yeah. I mean, anything with my dog, I think would be.
I wonder if anyone could like pull off the Demogorgon costume, like go all out.
I mean, it reminds me of like Harry Potter. What would the like black shadowy things in Harry Potter? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just like terrifying black blobs. So I don't know if anyone can pull that off.
In other TV news, Charmed and the Lost Boys, the reboots were supposed to arrive this year, but now they're delayed by the CW, and there's no time frame of when they're going to be released. I was a big Charmed fan when I was growing up. That was one of my favorite shows.
I missed out on the Charm Boat, but I do love
really
Shannon
good.
Doherty, obviously from
She is queen.
the original 90210 days.
Yeah, but for this reboot, you could check it out because it's going to be set in 1976, so it's not going to have a modern feel to it at all.
Yeah, it'll still have a throwback kind of feel.
Yeah, very throwback. So we will keep you updated when they finally release the premiere date. And lastly, Samurai Jack, the season 5 trailer dropped this week, and it is epic. If you guys don't know this about me, I'm a huge like cartoon girl, and Samurai Jack was one of my favorite shows. I used to watch with my little brother. Like, we used to stay up because it used to come on at night, and we used to stay up late, like past our bedtime, to watch it. Like, it was so
cartoons
cool.
Are the best,
right? I miss those days, guys. So Samurai Jack is going to be premiering on March 11th at 11 p.m. And instead of being on Cartoon Network, it's going to be on Adult Swim because it's going to have more like
mature
things
going
vibes and more like violence and all that stuff.
That's like the Riverdale, the new show on the CW.
Yeah,
it was
I
kind of like
watched it yet.
It's so good? I'm loving it. I've watched the first 2 episodes and it is so good. I highly recommend.
Okay, I definitely have to watch that because I love the Archie comics. Like, those are my jam. Okay, guys, so the reason why we are here today and the reason why Jessie is here is we're celebrating everything Hilary Duff because we are both obsessed with her. And, you know, why
not?
Why not?
Why not? You knew that was coming.
I feel like she doesn't get enough recognition that she deserves. Like,
she basically set the path for, making the transition from Disney into music, into film. Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, the Jonas Brothers, they all basically followed her lead.
If it wasn't for Hilary, would not have those girls. So you guys have to give her props.
Major props.
Yeah. All right, so I think we're going to dig into the Lizzie McGuire because, of course, that's where she got her start, and that's where we all fell in love with her. That was one of my first shows that I actually, like, religiously watched, like, make sure, like, I always watch every episode every week.
And the days before DVR, we had to be like, okay, I'm home when that's coming on.
Like, you could not miss it for the world. Yeah, so what would you say were some of your favorite episodes?
Well, I actually looked up today to see when did it premiere, and it premiered January 2001.
Yeah.
And it was right after Xenon the Sequel, which I was also obsessed with all the Xenon movies. And
awesome.
What a good lead-in because they clearly knew their audience. And so many episodes stood out. I was I am her age, so I was literally going through exactly what she was going through at the time. I'll always remember, the I Want a Bra episode.
Yes. A bra. Okay, bra.
I don't remember me being that traumatic when I wanted a bra. I feel like I just went to get body, and it was.
Say that was an Emmy award-winning moment.
It was. It was. She wanted. She didn't have the biggest boobs, but she wanted a bra, and so I'm glad her mom got it for her.
I don't have a lot of boobs, and I was like, girl, I feel you. I feel your pain. Like, yeah, I totally got it. I think one of my favorite episodes was Inner Beauty when
Miranda had the eating disorder.
I like when shows kind of, I feel like Disney doesn't do this anymore. Like, they kind of go there and like talk about problems that people are kind of like scared to discuss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, so I feel like, shedding light on eating disorders and problems, like, that was a good move for them.
I completely agree. I remember reading that originally Lizzie was going to be the one with the eating disorder, and for whatever reason, they changed it in the script. I don't remember exactly what the reason was, and then they had Miranda kind of struggling with it, and they never. I don't think they ever said the word eating disorder, but they kind of you basically knew what they were.
Yeah, because she was like, the only thing I can control is my eating, and there's like, there were obvious hints, but they never blatantly said it. But you got the message. Yeah. And I think I'm trying to think what else I really liked. Ooh, I loved like the bad girl Lizzie.
Oh, I love the bad girl Lizzie.
That is like such an inspirational vibe. Like, she had like the fake nose piercing and like
she was working it, and she kind of went punk later in her life when she was dating Joel Madden. Never forget, and she kind of went into that dark whatever. So, but when she pulled it off on that episode, she looked so cute. Yeah. Foreshadowing her music career. And then also, obviously, her meeting with Aaron Carter.
Oh my God!
When they did the I Want Candy
Christmas episode, right? Yeah.
And then they started dating, and then there was all the drama. That was literally like a cornerstone pop culture moment.
Side note: can we talk about that? Actually,
I would love to talk about that
because I have to say I was team Lindsay Lohan in that situation.
Really?
I was, because I don't know. I just always felt like Lilo was like the badass to Hilary's angel, and I kind of rooted for her more.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Well, and then, it was also construed by, then Hilary brought Lindsay Lohan brought Chad Michael Murray.
To the movie premiere.
That he was starring with Hilary. I mean, it was just
so much drama.
And it was, it was pre-Twitter, pre-internet, but it was
it was a huge moment.
The angel, to Lindsay Lohan's devil. And I don't blame you for going to Lindsay Lohan, because I think Hilary might have had some too goody two-show answers.
That's the thing.
In the day, which kind of whatever, but at the same time, I thought Hilary and Aaron looked so much cuter together.
Yeah, they were a better couple.
They were more in sync.
Better looking.
Yeah. I thought Lindsay was just a little too ahead to Aaron Carter. And obviously, and Aaron, when did he profess his love to Hilary? On Twitter, a year or two ago?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you are too late, first of all. I think she was still married.
She was still married at the time.
Get it together.
Yeah, Aaron was late to that party. Should have invited him to his other party.
And I also liked, this is the first episode of the entire show, the Rumors episode, where Lizzie, this was the moment of AIM. Mm-hmm. So she I was gonna say she tweeted, but no, she messaged a rumor to Miranda saying that Kate stuffs her bra, and then it went all around the school, and instead of Lizzie confessing, Miranda took the blame for it. And I was like, oh, you're such a good friend. Yeah, that was so good.
There was also Picture Day episode when
so many iconic
Miranda
episodes.
And Kate wore the same outfit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was so ugly, but they wore the same outfit. They just happened to both be wearing a zebra skirt.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I guess it was 01 back then.
Yeah.
So
Lizzie's outfit wasn't all that great either with that unicorn.
Her mom made her wear that unicorn sweater, and then she got paint on it. And then another top episode was a Great Gatsby mystery party.
Yeah. Oh, the Clueless.
And it was and that was when Kate told Lizzie that Gordo liked her. So that was a big moment because we constantly had seen this progress, and that was when she finally had her moment.
Yeah, because I feel like we're all rooting for Gordo to be get your girl.
Yeah, always rooting for Gordo. He was so sweet.
Yeah, but then of course Lizzie was in love with Ethan, so.
And then she fell for Paulo in Lizzie McGuire movie.
Poor Gordo. Yeah, guys, #Besterday. Let us know what was your favorite Lizzie McGuire episodes, then we'll share them. All right, we're going to get into all of her movies now. Okay. So what would you say was one of your fave movies from
I gotta go with, obviously the Lizzie McGuire movie. I literally remember making my best friend, who had zero interest, coming to the theater with me to see it. She was such a saint. I loved every second of it. I mean,
who did it?
It was just so magical. Going around Rome on a Vespa.
I know.
Although I really wasn't into Paolo. I didn't really understand the big deal.
Yeah, he didn't
didn't do it for me at all.
He didn't do anything for me either.
But I guess they had to find an Italian who couldn't sing. I don't know why I got cast, but
I don't know either. But at least Lizzie and Gordo, they finally kissed in the end.
Yeah.
Everything was magical and perfect.
She had super cute outfits. I do remember that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the final performance, she showed everyone what she's got.
The final performance. And her family's there, and everyone's front row.
She wasn't playing games.
No.
She was not at all. I think I love Cheaper by the Dozen. That's one of my favorite movies. Not even just because Hilary's in it.
Oh, really?
It's so funny. With
it's such a what's her face from Coyote Ugly's in it.
Piper.
Yeah, Perabo.
Yep. I can never say her last name correctly.
I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly now, but
it was so good. Steve Martin and Bonnie Hunt and Tom Welling from he
Smallville.
played Superman. I was gonna say Supernatural, but no, he was Clark Kent, and he's very handsome. Side note. But yeah, Cheaper by the Dozen is such a funny movie. Just seeing how these parents deal with the dynamics of their 12 kids.
Right.
it's just, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of my family because I only have one sibling, but I have a lot of cousins. So that kind of reminded me of my family.
Like when everyone gets together for like holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
I always felt bad for the little boy who gets ignored. Like,
I know.
He had like a pet frog. I was just like, oh, no, it hurt my heart.
Remember his name? Poor kid.
I can't. I don't even remember what Hilary Duff's name in that movie was.
Her name, what was her name? I'm like looking this up now. Cheat sheet. Lorraine, yeah. Yeah, she was 16. Yeah, she was like one of the, out of like the older kids, she was like the middle child.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
see, I got to go with A Cinderella Story.
Oh,
that's probably my top classic. I mean, it's Chad Michael Murray. I can't remember if it was him post One Tree Hill starting. So like I know he was starting to break out. Like she was obviously huge from Lizzie McGuire.
I think this was like one of his breakout roles for like movies.
Yeah. And it was just so sweet. Although it still annoys me to no end whenever I watch that movie and he doesn't recognize her when the mask is on. Like it's not that hard to tell. Like look at her smile, look at her nose, look at her hair. Like you have to be dumb not to be like, oh wait, I
feel like you've been holding on to this feeling for a long time.
For a very long time. It annoys me every time. There's just certain things in movies where I'm like, but otherwise that movie is perfect. And they close it with the Hilary Duff song in the end.
She has, well, we'll get to the songs in a minute, but like, I don't know, all her songs were just incredible.
Oh, I'm with you.
Yeah. And I also loved, Agent Cody Banks. I think that's also a great movie too, with Frankie Muniz.
Which, like, where in the world is Frankie Muniz? I have no idea.
I don't know actually. Where has he been?
He disappeared.
What are you up to, Frankie? Let us know if you're listening. Give us an update, please.
Right? I don't think he's acting still.
I don't know. I mean, I talked a few weeks back on the podcast actually that Bryan Cranston, he's interested in making a Malcolm in the Movie spinoff.
Well, that would be amazing.
But like he just wants to get everyone on board. Like it's not like official, but he just put it in the universe.
And you can't do that without Frankie Muniz. Yeah.
So like I definitely want that to happen.
Oh, you know what? He's got some stuff coming out in 2017 in post-production.
Oh, look at that.
Got some movies, so he's still out.
He's doing things.
Still acting, yeah.
Oh, well, good for you, Frankie.
I was worried about you for a second. Well, yeah, those child stars, they kind of disappear. Some kind of go the indie route. Maybe that's what because I have not heard of any of these recent projects.
Yeah. Speaking of like child actors, like even Hilary's co-stars, like Lalaine, I know she was a singer at one point. She was in a band like after.
Was she?
McGuire. Yeah.
She made the most recent I saw her. She made a cameo in Easy A. Literally 2 seconds.
I totally missed that.
Most people, of course I know. But she just like screams something at one point and like runs off the screen. It is so random. I don't know if she was just friends with, the director, or friends with someone on set and was visiting them. But she makes a 2-second cameo in Easy A. I have to watch this movie again to just
find it. Like, where's Waldo? Where's Elaine? And I wonder what Gordo's up to as well.
You know what? I was Googling him the other day because I was trying to, I was wondering, like, did he grow a pot? What's he up to?
Yeah.
He,
Is it not looking good?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the most attractive, but there's kind of nothing. Like, I couldn't find Instagram, he's kind of just one.
Maybe just, like, being a regular dude.
I'm pretty sure he went to Stanford or something after. Oh, yeah, I think he's just went a completely different route, but I'm still rooting for him and Lizzie to get together. In my mind, they're together somewhere.
Oh, for sure. Always and forever, to be honest. And do you remember the movie Material Girls?
Co-starring Hilary Duff. How could I not know Material Girls? Oh my god! And then they gave us Our Lips Are Sealed. Oh, so cute.
I know. I was actually rocking to that song before you got here. Their cover was actually mind blowing. To be honest,
it was so good. I mean, I love anytime you see obviously sisters hanging out together.
But they just have really good chemistry, you know.
Hilary Duff actually also made cameos on Lizzie McGuire as cousin Amy.
Yeah. But I think at that point, I didn't know that, they were sisters.
They look so much alike, though. They look so much alike.
I think they look more alike now than they
did then.
Yeah.
That's also fair, because Hilary was still so young then. Her sister was a couple years old. Like, fully into her. Hadn't grown into her look. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
All right, guys, we are going to get in one of my favorite parts, the music.
Oh. Where
do we begin? I guess we could start
with
the first album.
Back at the beginning. Let's go back.
The Metamorphosis?
Yeah, we have to go start with Metamorphosis.
Oh my God, where do we start? Okay, so it came out in 2003, and it was her second album, but it was her like debut because she had the
Christmas album.
Yeah. So I don't even know where to begin. Like it was like, I
mean, you have to begin with So Yesterday with that epic music video and that
Yes.
Don't Mess with Texas t-shirt that I obviously went to Urban.
Oh my God, I love. Like, you are so excited about this. This is amazing
because it was so good, and I was so happy for her.
Oh my God, Queen Hilary. Yeah, So Yesterday was. I think that's one of her her signature songs. Mm-hmm. It was the first song of hers to top the Billboard Hot 100. And what else? I'm trying to think what other songs that I really, really loved from there.
I mean, Come Clean,
yeah.
Which was...
It was a theme song.
I mean,
to
I loved
Beach.
It even before it was... I mean, Laguna Beach is my other obsession. Yeah. I loved the song before it was Laguna's theme song. And then when that happened, I was just kind of losing my mind because it was just everything I loved. I mean, the music video when it's raining and she's in the white sweater and there's candles.
It was so emotional, and I felt what she was talking about. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of resonated with me. Like, you're coming clean. You're going to wash yourself from all the issues in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got you, bro.
I just wanted her to kiss the boy at the end, which, of course, she didn't.
I mean, she was still, like, a little goody two-shoes on. She couldn't, like, go all out.
Yeah, I know. So they like, hugged in the rain. I'm like, that's lame.
Yeah, thinking back of it, that's kind of lame.
Yeah,
basic, but,
I think they were still trying to maintain like her. They didn't want to go too anything
too naughty. Yeah, and then after that, Hilary Duff, her self-titled album came out the year after, and these were all like certified platinum, by the way, all of her albums except for
she had so many fans. I mean,
yeah. All right, so Hilary Duff, that one had Fly.
Which was...
Whoo, talk about a ballad.
I mean, so good. This was after... Actually, it was after... What album was that? Or self-titled Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
I saw her on tour. I think it was her Most Wanted tour, so it might have been after the next album. I went to Peoria, Illinois. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you where Peoria is.
I've never heard of this.
Went to Peoria, Illinois to see her, and watching her perform Fly was, I mean, it was everything.
It's I feel like people don't, like, give that song enough credit because, take away Hilary Duff from it. Like, it's a well-crafted song. Mm-hmm. She actually showed her vocals. Like, she stretched them out. It's you could put, like, any, like, rock band behind that. It'll be such an epic, like performance moment.
Yeah.
It's a really, really great song. Like, a great pop song.
Such a great pop song, such a jam. Yeah, I know. I think people kind of push her to the side because she doesn't play her own instruments. I mean,
exactly.
I don't think she's this amazing musician, and people are like, oh, she's a guilty pleasure. Like, I feel no guilt when I listen to her.
She knows how to carry a record and make it her own.
Yeah, and when a song is a jam, like a song's a jam. Wake Up, loved.
Yeah.
The Getaway, loved.
I also loved Mr. James Dean on Hilary Duff.
Agreed. I thought I was the only one that liked that song.
I really like it because it's like, I mean, we always known her for being like this really clean cut pop girl, but she kind of like got a little rugged and raw on that one.
Yeah, she started to go kind of deeper. I remember like this was her. She was kind of growing to her own. I think she's she like wearing like Von Dutch and like she was kind of like growing up and wearing and going like punk like into her punk pop phase. I guess is the best way to put it.
Like, I think it was after the self-titled. That's when she started dating Joel.
She was 16. He was 24. Isn't that weird that literally no one had anything to say about that?
Yeah, it's kind of like with Kylie and Tyga. Like, people were making a big fuss about that. But then, back then, Hilary was doing it.
I think
even Lila was doing it. Lindsay Lohan with World of Valderrama.
Yeah, he was 29 and she was 17.
Like 17, 18.
Hayden Panettiere was dating who everyone loves now. On This Is Us, I always butcher his name. Milo
Ventimiglia.
He was
but I know his
20.
Name.
Hold on. She was underage, and I was looking this up earlier. And he was 29, and she was 17.
Oh my God.
And Wilmer's 24 and dating 17-year-old Lindsay Lohan.
We just thought it was like, oh, you're dating like the hot older guy. Like, that's
so
cool.
You know what? Twitter wasn't around. I don't think there was as much scrutiny now because now we'd be like, holy crap, like that's a little weird, but back then I guess it I don't know.
It wasn't as blown up. I mean,
yeah.
you saw it in like,
or maybe it was just more controlled by the publicists, where their age just was, never mentioned.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of crazy. And she was on her younger co-star Nico's podcast recently, and she was talking about her relationship with Joel, and was just saying it was so intense. It was all consuming. I mean, I would imagine when you're dating a 24-year-old, and she was basically like asked like if she lost her virginity to him, and she was like, he is an older guy, so what do you think?
Exactly.
Basically confirming without confirming.
I could only imagine, because during that time, Good Charlotte, they were at their peak, and it was like, how do you deal with like, this young guy? He's always on the road, like with girls everywhere he goes.
And her appearance changed a lot then too. I mean, she got super skinny. Yeah. She got veneers that were too big for her face.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was, for me, it was my low Hilary. Like I just wanted her to be okay. And I mean, she was going through growing pains. You know what I mean? I mean, except she was going through them in
public.
The public eye. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of Most Wanted, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Joel helped her with some of this production.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
And so it has, we talked about Wake Up, Beat of My Heart. That's my guilty pleasure, because like it's so like corny pop, but like you gotta love it.
See, it's more just she says the same thing over and over. And the video, again, it was when she was at her skinniest and her veneers were too big, and that was just jarring. Like the one that, like I said, that was my low point. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah. Oh man.
But then she came back strong with Dignity.
Oh,
Dignity. And that's when she had Stranger, which was a song about her dad's affair.
Oh my God, that is my favorite song.
And she looked
ever.
Amazing in that video.
Because she dyed her hair. She was a brunette now. She looks so sexy. Like she's doing a little belly dancing. Like,
she had a six-pack.
Yeah. I think Stranger is one of, not even like a Hilary Duff song. Like it's like one of my favorite pop songs.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and I feel like it didn't get a lot of love like back then. But I feel like looking back now, like you kind of realize like, oh shit. Like,
her music career kind of like tapered off. Yeah, it kind of. I know she kind of did the best of, like she just had to fulfill a contract of doing X-Men
like the stupid
albums.
Hollywood Records.
Yes,
contracts.
Yeah, she was just caught in that, but she definitely has some jams. I just don't know how much her heart was in it at the time. I feel like she, you know what I mean? So right. I don't know how much attention she put on that, but also Outside of You from that album was so good. Gypsy Woman, No Work, All Play.
Woman,
and then she did the With Love with the
it was like a
perfume.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember seeing that in ads all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Play with Fire as well. That's always a good song. And then she came out of nowhere in 2015 with Breathe In, Breathe Out. I actually didn't think she was gonna put out another album after Dignity.
I really wanted her to, and I was talking with my friend, and I think she was originally maybe going to in 2014, then it got pushed back to 2015. And first she came out with that song All About You, which was like,
it was like that country
Sheryl
song.
Crowy, like I'm in the sun playing. I'm like, honestly, I'm just not into this. Like, I love you, Hilary. And
she was like line dancing in the video.
It was just, like I saw the sound. She was like, she just kind of wanted to do like that happy beach pop, but for me, it didn't do it for me. And then she came back, and she had Sparks. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, now we're getting onto something.
Now we're back.
She was back into like finding, it's just like these like pulsing pop jams.
Yeah. Oh man, what else do I like? I love Confetti. Confetti is a jam. I like Tattoo.
Arms Around a Memory.
That's a good one as well.
And
My
Lies.
Kind.
Basically anything where she was singing about her ex-husband. It was just
the shade.
It was just like, because it felt real, like
and
yes, exactly. And it was the most we really knew about the relationship, because it was
that's true.
So under wraps.
Yeah, because I feel like at this point, like she was so like she didn't really open up a lot with like the media and the press. Like when
she was like having a baby and raising her baby, so she wasn't really.
She was hanging out in LA, like doing her own thing.
Yeah, she was mostly just like snapped by paparazzi when she went shopping or getting Starbucks. So it was nice to finally hear her side of things. And Tattoo, which Ed Sheeran wrote, is another highlight for me. I mean, he's
a great songwriter.
Such a good. He blows my mind. I mean, his new songs that just came out, I am so talented. So I was super excited to see them working together.
Yeah.
And I love Tattoo. She did an acoustic, which everyone should go check out, where it was just her vocal, and it shows you how strong lyrically the song is.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out too.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It is so good.
Nice. I think the thing that I was most disappointed was that she didn't push like the promotion enough for this album.
Yeah,
like it could have been way bigger than. Like, she didn't even go on tour with it.
No, it kind of, and then she got younger. She was doing younger, so I don't know how it crossed with her schedule. Yeah, she didn't really do much promotion. She didn't do a tour. I actually was one of the ones, I got sent the balloon in the video. I have to look at my Instagram. I got like the balloon sent in the video where she announced her album title, Breathe In, Breathe Out.
That's so cool.
And like Instagrammed it.
Yeah.
Because I was so excited for her. I don't know why I got that balloon. But I mean, when you think of Hilary, at the end of the day, I think you think of Come Clean, you think of Laguna Beach, you think of those prime
like the moments from your childhood
that are just like, you think of Kristen like pissing off Steven and just like going, and it's just, it's
I might have to bring you back for like a Hills Laguna Beach.
Oh, I could talk another a bajillion hours about.
It's funny because this summer because Laguna Beach it turned 10?
Yeah.
And I watched Laguna Beach and the Hills. Like I had a marathon to myself. Just not even like before MTV even announced they were gonna do like a reunion special.
Right, you were just rewatching.
I was like, I missed this show so much. So, like I watched it all. I was like, oh my god, this is bringing me back.
See, I never stopped watching Laguna because even in college, I'm someone I need to be watching something in order to do my work or study. So I literally had all the seasons and I would just play them on my computer, and everyone would make fun of me because they'd see me in the library and I'd literally have Laguna Beach playing on my computer.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
that.
Yeah,
because you know what happens. It's good music, and it was just so I'm very up to date on my Laguna.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'll bring you back for like another appreciation episode. All right, guys, we are back, and we are going to reveal the song of the week. All right, this is the moment where the co-hosts, we always like surprise each other with a throwback song, and I always like my guests to go first. So whenever you're ready.
So we brought him up a little bit. We mentioned Joel Madden and how we dated Hilary. So I thought I would bring, since we talked all about the songs, that my throwback song would be related to our subject of Hilary. And I'm going to do Good Charlotte's I Don't Want to Be in Love. Because that came on recently on my Spotify, and so good. I mean, I love Good Charlotte.
Me too.
So I'm gonna throw it to the I Don't Want to Be in Love.
Oh my god!
From I think it was like 2007.
Yeah, because when you said Good Charlotte, I thought you were gonna say like Young and the Hopeless or like one of the older songs, but that's actually that 2007 album is actually really good because they kind of mix like new wave and like punk and pop and all one album.
It was poppy, and I mean I'm a sucker for pop. That's my heart song, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Nice.
Such a jam.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it with the pop girls like I always do. You guys know. Okay, Michelle Branch. She just released her Hopeless Romantic song actually last week, and I was like kind of scurrying back to like her old school songs.
Oh, you wanted.
I stumbled on Everywhere, and I was like, this was the jam. So yeah, Everywhere.
So good.
Like, everywhere to me.
So good. Those are like the TRL days. It's just, I just remember coming home and like eating snack and watching TRL, and it was just like all our favorite people.
Like the good old days. We didn't have any worries at all in the world.
No. We really didn't. Our like biggest worry was like Carson Daly being annoying, but like I dream of those days now.
Yeah, so shout out to Michelle Branch, for always giving us a really good pop jam. Hey guys, so that is a wrap for this week's episode of Besterday. Thanks once again for Jessie for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This was so awesome. Guys, also hashtag Besterday on Twitter and Instagram, and send us love on iTunes. Also follow myself, Bianca Gracie on Twitter, and say your Twitter name
Jessie
again.
Morris.
Nice. Do you have any last words?
Yeah, everyone watch Hilary Duff's new show, Younger, because it's awesome. It's from the producer of Sex and the City.
Yeah.
And it's so good, and I love it. I think they're filming their next season right now. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend. It's like Girls, but less annoying.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. It's Girls, but in Manhattan and not annoying. So I highly recommend it.
Nice. Hey, all right. That's a wrap. Bye, guys.
Bye.